Michezo na kikosi chetu cha michezo kimeandaa mahojiano mahususi kwako kuweza kupata ni yepi yanajiri katika ulingo wa michezo. Hivi sasa naarifiwa tutakuwa tunapata taarifa hiyo ama mahojiano hayo katika muda usiokuwa mrefu. Endelea kusema nasi kupitia kwenye kurasa zetu ambazo ni za TV47 Digital, kwenye Facebook, kwenye X na vile kwenye Instagram ili tukufahamishe mengi zaidi. Mahojiano hayo yamefanywa na Katela Meisi ambaye atakuwa anatupatia mengi zaidi ambayo yanahusu masuala ya michezo. Naarifiwa mahojiano hayo yapo tayari, hebu tusikilize.
Welcome back once again to Monday Blitz, and today we have a very inspiring story. Once upon a time, a young boy who used to run 5 kilometers to school barefoot, but now here he is, one of the best, and of course I call him the running CEO of GOsang Foundation. Welcome, GOsang.
Thank you very
Karibu
much.
sana.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, your story is very inspiring. And would you kindly take us through how you used to run 5 kilometers to school barefoot? I can see right now, look on his face.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I grew up in the village. I grew up in a place called Kabianga, which is in Kericho County. And back in the day, many years ago, we used to run to school, and of course barefooted, early morning run. It was about 4 or 5 kilometers to school, go back to home for lunch, go back to school, and go back home in the evening. So that's when that's where I started my journey of life.
Right. So Mr. GOsang, what is let's talk about more of GOsang Foundation. When it was born, how it is inspiring our lives out here, and of course let's just dig in deeper on how GOsang Foundation was born and how it's changing lives.
Good. So GOsang Foundation is now a registered trust. We formed it last year in October, and we have a board of trustees. And it was born out of a deep conviction, out of my personal journey, and more so as what you said earlier, the running CEO. And I discovered the passion of running some years back. So I'll do 10K, 21K. And last year, I challenged myself. And I said, I want to try something big. And I registered for the Chicago Marathon. That was last year, October 13th, when I went for the race. And I did an amazing 3 hours, 7 minutes. And for me, it wasn't about the running. It wasn't about the medal. It was more of the purpose of forming, then giving back to society. Right. Is then through the GOsang Foundation. So the key principles of the foundation is about giving back to society, especially uplifting the underprivileged boys and girls from our villages today.
All right. Talking about young talents, I believe the foundation has revealed hidden young talents. So what is the plan to nurture this talent?
Yes, so also I'll be participating in my second major, actually this month on the 21st of September, the BMW Berlin Marathon. This will be my second one, and this is out of the passion as well as the friends who've continued to encourage me. The plan of GOsang Foundation is to create an endowment fund to be able to help the underprivileged kids or children in our country today. And we are targeting to raise 200 million shillings on an endowment fund, invest that money, and be able then to use the proceeds to educate. As said today, as the saying goes, that charity begins at home. We are supporting 4 students in my former primary and secondary school to go through high school, and we are paying school fees for them.
All right.
And these are kids, these are kids from extremely needy cases. Yeah, we have an orphan there. We have We have some, from a single mother. We have a family who are moved from Mau, and they have no place to stay. And we are supporting those 4 kids who are identified by the school as extremely needy and sharp young kids.
Okay, Mr. Josang, in 2024 you participated in the Chicago Marathon. Please, would you tell us what was the experience, knowing that it demands a physically fit? Would you tell us what was the experience?
Yes, that's a good question. This was, as I said, this was my first ever marathon.
All right.
And running 42K is not easy. And you get to a level when your body tells you to stop. And for most marathoners, they'll tell you, it checks in. It's called the iron wall, or the wall. It comes in at 35K, when you feel all your energy is you're completely exhausted. But because of the mental, you and the goal that you are running for, you've got to continue. And as I said, it was my first one, and I managed to do it in 3 hours, 7 minutes. And it was a key accomplishment as the first marathon to run in my entire life.
Now, Mr. Josang, what has really pushed you to continue running, even years later, since when you're in school, growing up, and of course, it's quite rare for somebody like you, and at your age, to be running? What is that passion? What has really pushed you?
Yes, so the big one really is about giving back. And I realized for me, at the point where I've reached in my life as a CEO, it's no longer about me. It's about helping the next person, so that the next person can be able to help their immediate families and their communities, and of course our country. We can then create a better place than we all found. And for me, I discovered that running is the best way I can give back to society. And also some of the lessons which I've learned in my marathon running is mirror as a journey of life, in terms of you learn endurance, you learn discipline, and more importantly, you learn resilience. And resilience is really about balance, avoiding at what point you avoid the burnout and being able to still emerge. And I talked about the wall, 35K for instance. There are so many walls today that our young people are going through. It could be lack of school fees. It could be lack of food. There are many walls even leaders go through. It could be family issues, financial issues, and society pressure. And I believe in running, you become more healthier, and you are then able to, a healthy person is a more productive person. Normally after my run, like today early morning, I've done my 21. That's why I'm calmer. I'm able to I'm able to relate more. You get more fresh thoughts, and you're able to give it your best.
I just wanted to ask, before you told me that, I wanted to ask you if you usually train every day, and you've just told me that you run. Do you run daily 21 kilometers?
No. So I do at least 3 times.
Okay.
3 times a week. So alternate days. And right now, as the race is nearing, we try as much as possible to slow down. So the target for this week is about probably 50K. And the reason is you want to conserve the energy, and more importantly, you want to avoid any last-minute injuries, because there is no bandwidth, there is no time to recover.
Now, Mr. Josang, it's just a few days towards the 2025 Berlin Marathon, whereby you're set to participate, and now your aim is to raise 200 million. I know you had talked about this, but can we just go in deeper about these 200 million shillings?
Yes, so the 200 million is over a period of 2 years. We intend to hit that target by end of next year. And today we've managed. Last week we had a major launch in Nairobi Serena, and we were able to raise close to about 30, plus what we had in our account over the last year, which we've been able to raise from November last year to last Friday, of about 20. So we have closed about 50 million out of the 200 million.
All right.
And the whole idea is to be able, the way the endowment fund works is you want to create a fund by investing that money, of course, through our able commitment and advice and wisdom from the trustees.
Right.
Once you invest that money, then you are able then to only use the proceeds. Because as you know, if you, however much you have, if you end up using what you call the capital, you'll end up depleting that money in the fullness of time. But the proceeds, then every year you are just able to continue with education. We are basically looking for a sustainable model.
Right.
And the most sustainable way for us is through the endowment fund, which has been received very, very well by many Kenyans and beyond, who are really coming on board to help in the cause. People are saying that a CEO can come out of their corner office and actually invest time. And I'll tell you something. I start my day at 4 a.m. So running for me is early morning, and I'm still able to be in the office by 8 a.m. You can remember the cold weather.
Yeah.
At about 10 degrees, and being able to withstand that. But it's because of the bigger calling that you want to help society. You want to make this country of ours a better way. And for me, that's my small contribution to the world in terms of ensuring that needy child goes to school through Josang Foundation.
Mr. Josang, as you conclude, what will be your final message to that young boy and girl back there at home who is watching and will love to be like you in future?
I'll say they need to work hard. They need to put in the discipline. You put in the hours in school and also participate in a sport. The world today requires an all-rounder person. You don't just to be good in academics. You also need to be good in many other aspects of life, because leadership is very wide. Leadership is about yes, the A grades, which is one aspect of it. You are working with people. Leadership is about teamwork. Leadership is about a co-cater and an all-rounder person. And therefore, the young people who are watching me today, I'll encourage them to pick a sport and be able to create what I'll say a balanced life, to be able to come out victorious in their careers ahead. And the future is bright. I didn't know I could run about 10, 15 years ago. And look at me now, I'm running a marathon. And this should be a motivation enough that it's never too late to start something, and start at whichever level you are, and you can still succeed. And ultimately, to the viewers and Kenyans out there, my message of appeal is, let's donate to this worthy cause called Josang Foundation, and let's transform one life at a time. That's our motto.
Oh, just a quick one, Mr. Josang, before we leave. How are you able to get these families that you want to help with your foundation? How do you get these families? Do you have a team that you work together, or you just pick random?
So initially, we've started with as I said, the primary school I went to.
Okay.
And
back at home, the one you went
back at home, it's called Camp Maso. And we're able to get the support from the school administration together with the parents. They're able to select these extremely needy students who are in that school.
Right.
The ultimate goal is to spread across the country. We are in touch with other foundations. We're in discussions with Safaricom Foundation, KCB Foundation have just agreed to work with us for the next 3 years.
Wow.
Equity Foundation. So we are learning from these big foundations who've been there before us to be able to leverage and support each other, because the future of foundations today is about collaboration and partnerships. And I'm happy to say that we've gotten a lot of goodwill from most foundations across the country who want to partner with us. They want to partner with Josang Foundation because they are seeing the vision, they are seeing the future, and they are seeing what this foundation is about.
Now, on the Berlin Marathon, Mr. Josang, people would really love to see you participating there. So are you going to be live? How will people get to see you?
Yeah, so as we run, we normally give a number, and that number, there'll be a link that will be shared.
A link that will be shared?
Yes, a link will be shared, and we'll be able to broadcast that across all our digital platforms. And we should be able to share as widely as possible for Kenyans to watch. And my target is a sub 3. That's my target. My target is to run under 3 hours.
All right, so you will share a link that everybody will be watching on your socials, or?
Yes, in our socials.
What are your socials, if you don't mind?
We'll be able to share with in our website, Josang Foundation website, which is available as you Google today. Right. You'll be able to see it. We should also be able to share with the sports personalities, and any media house that will be broadcasting, we should be able to share again for the states. Now,
Mr. Josang, is there any relationship between Kenya Pipeline and Josang Foundation? Do you guys work together?
I'll say yes in a way, because I'm the captain at Kenya Pipeline. I'm the MD, and the lessons that we learn from the foundation, we're able then to share in the offices. And today, I'll tell you, we have a gym now in the office, which is a way of life. We have a number of my colleagues who uses the gym early morning, over lunchtime, and in the evening. So we've been able to bring, the health consciousness among our employees. And I'm seeing that I've actually been able to see the medical bills going down because people are able to exercise more. For instance, you'd be shocked, my office is on 6th floor, but I use the stairs from the basement to 6th floor. And I see a lot of my colleagues doing that. So wow. We've been able to create sort of like an open culture, right, where people, have friends who we gym together, who are my colleagues. I have colleagues, we run together. So we're able to create an environment which is probably outside the office setup, right, for people to share their issues in a more relaxed manner.
Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Josang. From me, Katela Macy, and of course, TV47, we are wishing you all the best in your marathon coming up. And I believe a lot of people have watched, and donors will come in. Thank you so much for coming, for honoring our invite, and we are so much grateful. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Josang, the MD, Josang Foundation. This has been Monday Blitz. Good morning.
Na mtazamaji, natumai umejifahamisha mawili matatu kuhusiana na kipindi hicho ama mahojiano hayo ambayo yanahusiana na masuala ya michezo, haswa masuala ya marathon. Na mtazamaji, hivi sasa nachukua mapumziko mafupi, nitakuwa